Hey cool keyboard kids, welcome to my video on how to play Bad Moon Arising. Now this is just a really good way to learn about how to play some basic chords for an easy and fun song. We're going to do it today in the key of C. All that really means is that C is going to be my home note. I'm going to take my lowest C on the keyboard. My next note is going to be the fourth note, F, and then note 5, G. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for F, 5 for G. So it will be 4 C's, 2 F's, 2 G's, and then 2 F's. Basically, I've written it down here. You can just try to memorize it. It'll be pretty easy. 4 C's, 2 G's, 2 F's, and that repeats. 4 C's, 2 G's, 2 F's. When I'm playing it here, I'm using my pinky, my thumb, and my index finger, just for the normal 5-note scale. But it doesn't really matter for this song because it's quite lots of repeated notes. You can use any finger for the notes if you want. You just have to move your hand. And when I'm playing it, I'm moving my hand for every note because I'm playing in time with the beat. The beat is going along like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just move my hand in time with the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do that with my keyboard drums. So if you don't have drums, just use a metronome. If you don't have a metronome, just put one on your phone. It's really cheap and it's good. The beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Just repeat it. If that's too fast, just slow it down to something that's easier for you. Like this is tempo 90. 2, 3, 1. Okay, or your metronome, 2, 3, 4. Just feel that beat, just move with the beat. Now, for the song, it sounds fun and more like the song if I go off beat a little bit at the start. So I'll go. That rhythm is ta, ta, ti, ta. So I go a little bit off beat and it makes it sound really cool. The song was more famous, I think, because of that offbeat rhythm. With the drums, 2, 3, 4, and faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. It sounds cooler. Okay, now that's easy. Now if you want to take it further, you can try playing it in different keys. So you can move your hand up to a D. All you really need to do is know where your first note is, your fourth note, and your fifth note of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why it's really good to learn just a basic 5-note scale. You might want to be doing it like that, depending on your knowledge of scales. At the moment, you can play it all on white keys if you're only doing these notes. Note 1, note 5, and 4 of the scale. You can do it in E. G. You can also change the order of the notes, or the octave of the notes. So instead of going low at the start and jumping up, you can start up and come down to the G. I like doing it like that. So this was in C, but I just played this C instead. Okay, now the next way to take it a little bit further is to try some chords. Now the easiest chord is going to be just these two notes. It sounds nice. C with E. This is the C major sound. My next chord is going to be another two-note chord, C and G, and then I'll go to C and F. Now when you play chords, especially if you're repeating chords, if you're moving your hands to the beat, your hands need to be on top of the keys, and don't try to stretch your hands out like this to reach those notes, because it will be hard to play a rhythm with your hands like this. It'll be easier to play a rhythm with your hands like this, moving with the beat. That's just moving in time with the beat. Now, a three-note chord. Okay, now the easiest way to play a three-note chord, or the standard way, is just this: note 1, note 3, note 5. You probably know that if you've played a chord before. Okay, you can play chord 1, the C. Chord 5 is the G chord. Chord 4, the F. So, but moving from here to here is actually a little bit awkward when you're playing the song. So, you do this. You just change the octave of that first, the G note in the first chord. So instead of C, E, G, it's G, C, E. You play this inversion of the chord, and then you come back to the G in the normal note position, root position, and then F position, root position, but F. C chord, G chord, F chord. That sounds great, and it's much easier to play. So practice that with your drums for quite a few times. So that is basically, hopefully, enough to get you started on the song. You might want to be working out the melody part. It's a really easy three-note melody. Just playing three notes. And one other thing is you might want to try playing in a different key with the chords. Now the original key of the song is D, A and G, so the key of D. So that will be the D chord, and then the A chord, and then the G chord. But to play those chords, you'll have to have some sharp notes in there, so that might be a little bit tricky, but maybe not for you. A D chord, it's the same as this, but this A note is down low, and you play the A chord, and then you move to the G. Okay guys, hopefully that is enough to get you started on the song, and just have some fun mucking around with that with some chords. Bye bye.